In the preceding examples in this chapter, we had a number of statements that simply added 1 to a variable. And just as we have the compound assignment statements that allow us to write certain types of assignment statements that use arithmetic operators more concisely, we also have increment and decrement operators that help us add or subtract 1, add 1 to or subtract 1 from a variable in a very concise notation. Now, I'm about to show you an example that uses the plus plus operator, but everything I talk about here also applies to the minus minus operator. The only difference, of course, is that minus minus subtracts 1 from its variable. So you can see here that we have the increment class with just a main method inside of it, and we've declared an integer variable c, which we start with the value 5 here at line 12. Now, the plus plus operator comes in 2 forms. One that's called the post increment, meaning that you place the plus plus operator after the variable name, and one that's called a pre-increment, meaning that you put the plus plus operator before the variable name. And the difference between these is only apparent really when you're implementing code that uses the plus plus operation in a larger statement. If these are standalone statements where you simply add 1 to the variable c, then those statements will result in the same value. However, when you output the value of c++, what happens is the plus plus operator increments c to 6, but the result of this highlighted expression is c's original value of 5. So in line 14, when we output the value of c++, that's going to display 5. The increment will still be applied, and by the time I output the value of the variable c again on line 15, we will then be able to see the incremented value. So if I stop there for a moment and just run this program, you can see that initially we displayed the original value of c, which was 5. We then displayed the value of the expression c++, and the result of that expression is to return the original value of 5 once again. Then we saw the incremented value on line 15 when we displayed the value of c one more time. Now, at line 20, we reset c to 5 to demonstrate the difference between post-increment and pre-increment. With a pre-increment, the increment occurs first and the returned value is the new value of the variable. So first we're going to display the original value 5 of c, then we're going to display the incremented value, and then to prove to you that the increment has happened and it only happens once, we will then display at line 23 the value of c once again. So if you look at the output here, you can see that we initially displayed 5 the first time we displayed c, then we displayed plus plus c's value, which increments c to 6 and then gives us that new value. And then finally at line 23, when we displayed c's value one more time, we still had the incremented value 6 from the preceding statement. So again, if these are used in standalone statements, they have the exact same effect. If they are used in larger expressions or statements, then you get the pre-increment and post-increment effect, where pre-increment gives you back the new value and post-increment gives you back the original value, but still modifies the variable in memory. So in effect, what it's doing is keeping a copy of the original value, modifying the variable, and then returning the copy.